What if the government could turn you off? Not arrest you, not fine you, not silence you on social media. Just restrict you, financially, physically, mentally. What if the device that gave you superhuman capability was the same device that made you completely controllable? That's not a dystopian movie plot. That's the logical endpoint of what was approved by the FDA in 2023. And most people are so fascinated by the technology, they haven't stopped to ask who controls it. In May 2023, the FDA granted Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain-computer interface company, approval to begin human clinical trials. In January 2024, the first human patient received the implant. His name is Nolan Darbaugh. He is 30 years old, paralyzed from the shoulders down. Within weeks, he was controlling a computer cursor using thought alone. No hands, no keyboard, no voice commands. Pure thought translated into digital action. That was confirmed by Neuralink directly, covered by Reuters, the BBC, and broadcast to hundreds of millions of people worldwide. The device is called telepathy. It sits inside the skull. It reads electrical signals fired by neurons. It translates those signals into digital commands sent wirelessly to external devices. Elon Musk has stated publicly and repeatedly that Neuralink's long-term goal is not treatment, it is merger. In his own words, the goal is to achieve symbiosis between human intelligence and artificial intelligence, so that humans are not left behind as AI becomes more powerful.
Imagine yourself downloading a new language. Imagine acquiring new skills like Kung Fu in just seconds.
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
That's the potential of Neuralink. Access information from the cloud without lifting a finger. Translate languages in real time. And replay your past memories. If AI continues evolving, we need to evolve with it, merge with it. Otherwise, we risk becoming irrelevant. This is where Neuralink becomes necessary. If your bandwidth is limited to 2 thumbs typing on a screen, you will fall behind. At first, it's aimed at people with paralysis, but this is just the first step. In the future, a Neuralink will let you learn anything instantly through direct stimulation of the memory centers, or send raw thoughts directly to another person with a Neuralink. It'll be as normal as getting LASIK. Keep imagining. You're sitting at a cafe. A stranger across the table connects with you instantly, not with words, but with thoughts. You understand their ideas, their emotions, their meaning. As Elon said on Joe Rogan's podcast, you could store your memories as a backup, download them into a new body or into a robot body. So what happens when everyone has one?
He has described a future where thoughts can be typed, memories can be stored externally, and cognitive abilities can be upgraded like software. Think about what that actually means. Your thoughts, the most private thing you possess, transmitted wirelessly to an external system. Your memories, the foundation of your identity, stored on a server you do not own. Your cognitive function, your ability to reason, to feel, to decide, dependent on a connection to infrastructure controlled by a corporation. Right now, Neuralink frames this as freedom, as enhancement, as the next step in human evolution. But every technology that grants capability also grants whoever controls that technology power over the person using it. Your phone gives you access to the world. It also gives platforms the ability to silence you. Your bank account gives you economic freedom. It also gives institutions the ability to freeze you. A chip inside your skull that connects your thoughts to an external system gives whoever controls that system access to something far more intimate than your money or your voice. It gives them access to you. But here's what makes this moment so extraordinary. You've already seen this. You already know what it looks like. You already have an emotional relationship with it. You've watched it. You've rooted for it. You found it beautiful. Because Hollywood spent 40 years making sure of that. 1984, The Terminator. A machine with artificial intelligence. Audiences were terrified. 1999, The Matrix.
What is happening to me?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's the question that drives
consequences.
What is the Matrix?
The Matrix is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
They're watching you, Neo.
2009 Avatar. A human consciousness transferred into a biological body through a neural link. Audiences found it miraculous. Each one of those films moved the needle. From terror to curiosity to fascination to desire. And because it was fiction, nobody organized against it. Nobody demanded regulation. Nobody asked hard questions. It was just entertainment. 2 Corinthians 11:14 warns, Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. Deception does not arrive looking monstrous. It arrives looking compelling, sophisticated, even beautiful. By the time the first human received a brain implant in 2024, the world had already decided fictionally that it was a good idea. That is not coincidence. That is conditioning, executed over 4 decades through the most powerful cultural influence machine ever built, Hollywood. And it worked. A device that reads your neural signals, that connects wirelessly to external systems, that your cognitive function becomes dependent on. What happens when the system decides it doesn't like what you think? What happens when your neural data, the electrical patterns of your beliefs, your doubts, your private reasoning, is transmitted to a server and analyzed by an algorithm? What happens when compliance is no longer measured by what you say publicly, but by what the device detects privately? Revelation 13:16-17. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark. The forehead. The mark described in Revelation is placed on the forehead. Neuralink's device is implanted in the skull, in direct proximity to that exact region. I am not declaring this is the mark of the beast. What I am saying is that for the first time in human history, the technology exists to place a device at the location described, connected to an external system that can both read and potentially influence the most private contents of a human mind. The architecture described in Revelation 13, a mark on the forehead that determines participation in society, has never had a more precise technological parallel than what exists right now. Every generation reads Revelation and wonders, how could a system like that ever actually exist? How could one power have authority over every nation? How could buying and selling be controlled on a global scale? How could a mark on the forehead determine your place in society? For most of history, those questions had no answer. The technology simply didn't exist. It does now. I am not telling you what to believe about prophecy. I am telling you that the infrastructure described in a text written 2,000 years ago now has a real world, verified, documented parallel in the technology being built and deployed right now. Whether you read that as prophecy being fulfilled, or simply as a citizen who values the freedom to think, speak, and exist without a device in your skull reporting your neural activity to a server.
This.
I think some kind of brain-machine interface that can give you cybernetic superpowers. I think is probably good. It can help people that have brain or spine injuries, enable people who've never spoken for years to speak again, which we've done. Give people eyesight who have lost both eyes or the optic nerve, or maybe have never even seen at all, blind from birth. By direct interface to the optical centers in the brain, you can actually restore eyesight, and you can enable people to walk again. Which I think is profound. I mean, these are kind of Jesus level things, you know, like when technologies are hitting like Jesus level miracles, you're like, that's pretty good.
The question is the same. At what point does the direction of travel demand your full attention? Stay informed, stay grounded, and remember what this channel is built on. God is good. This is GIG.Network. Subscribe. Share this. And whatever you do, stay awake.